What is up, everybody? Welcome in to the grand finale of the ByTournament. This tournament has been going on for a couple months. It hasn't been Zvonky Kump linked or anything like that, but these teams have been showing up week in and week out, playing in this smaller South American centered tournament. We've got two teams who have made it the distance. Of course, we've got Cigarettes After Sex, who have made an appearance on this stream quite a lot. They've kind of had a rebranding. Originally, were known as Quakes, Quake Gangs, which is a team that has kind of found mixed success on this stream for the matches that I've been able to cast. But in ByTournament, they've done quite well for themselves. They are going to be up against Abyssium, who I'm not sure how familiar y'all are with Team Abyssium. We do have some familiar players. Mickey, PMA mode. We got Kurt Cobain. We also got Mia. And we got D-Lo. Of course, playing under the names Poge, Mickey, Misha, and Kurt Cobain for this match. As for Cigarettes After Sex, again, I believe this Stop Waiting is Dark Maze. As for the other players, I'm not entirely sure. But to go ahead and list them with the names that they're playing under, we got Stop Waiting, Opera House, Touch, and Sunsets. Feels like they kind of play under different names every game. Where did Sesame Syrup go? I remember Sesame Syrup. I was a big fan of that name. That seems to have gone and passed. But despite their numerous identities, we all know who they are. We'll be getting into this shortly. Not sure how long it's going to be, as we have one player depart from the match. But we do have two campaigns set up for y'all here this evening. It is going to be Dead Before Dawn, right into Dead Center. And the way it works with two maps is we'll take the total score, combine it. Whoever gets the highest score wins. As for any bracket reset, I'm actually not sure about that. We don't have brackets for ByTournament. I would assume there's a bracket reset potential, but it may just be a one and done situation here. Hopefully going to be joined by a special co-caster on campaign number 2. But regardless, I see we've got some chatters. Of course, welcome in Juanito, Gamer Noob. Much love to y'all. Dat is Zunix as well. Y'all three always up in here. Much appreciated. Glad y'all enjoy the streams, enjoy the matches so much. But we are also, of course, joined by Raiden, host of both Zvonky Cups, Savage Bear Tournament, etc. And good friend of mine as well. We've also got Chicarizo in the house. Welcome in, Chicarizo. Says, Otra Final Que Perdera Dark Maze. Well, if my Spanish was that good, I would be able to not only respond to you in Spanish, but also understand the question that was asked in the first place. But I will have to use Google Translate. And he asked another final that Dark Maze will lose. Wow. Certainly a heavy hitter coming out of Chicarizo. That kind of has been the case for Dark Maze. I believe Copa America, I unfortunately wasn't able to cast that, but I think Quicks made it to Copa America finale the other night. Dark Maze, always up in here in the tournament scene. Great to see him once again. Welcome in, Montex. Great to have you in here as well. But as you can see, for the time being, it does look like we are chilling while we wait for player number 4 for Cigarettes After Sex to get into the server. So I will go ahead and start the music once again, but once these players start getting readied up, we are going to get straight into it. Can't quite see what the tank is here. Maybe if I do exclamation mark tank, it'll show me. A little 50% tank. Nothing too crazy. Gonna have a Boomer, Charger, Smoker, and a Hunter. Nothing too crazy there either. Potential for separation if they can play their cards right for Abyssium. We'll certainly see in a moment. But for now, enjoy. back to some music until we are ready to go. Much love. Hang tight. Dramatic pause as we wait for the rest of the field to ready up. Misha, with the distinct pleasure of being the last player to ready up before we kick off the ByTournament Grand Finale. Whenever you feel ready, Misha. Whenever you're feeling comfortable with pressing that ready up button, whatever you have it bound to, maybe you type !ready in the chat, whatever it is. If you could find it, nope, you're finding that's the wrong button, Mickey. Wrong button, Sunsets. Let's find the right button. So go ahead and press that F1 key. Maybe you got it on something crazy. Maybe it's your T key. Go ahead and press that. Then we will hop into it. Okay, they were listening. Incredible. Thank you. My prayers have been answered. We will be seeing the grand finale kicking off here, Dead Before Dawn. Like I said, Boomer Hunter Charger Smoker here to kick us off. Hunter is set up. We're on the side of the car. Charge ready to maybe break down the door. Not sure what the Smoker's got planned. Here we go. Can Hunt get in? He's trying. He's trying. Charge doesn't find it either. Rochelle's too quick for it. Smoke is no good either. Abyssium struggling with the first hit. 2%. No spit, but definitely leaves a little bit to be desired. Nice movement by Rochelle, of course, of course. That is Stop Waiting. Team captain of Cigarettes After Sex. And here we go. Awning hit. Hunter, Jockey, Charger, Spit. Big damage potential. Abyssium. Got to be careful not to get baited out. We do have one player, the Hunter, going off by the side. Everyone else positioned up on top. And surely CAS knows it. Especially, okay. There is the bait. Jumping out. Brings it back through. He's not on the awning yet, but it's going to be fine. Hunt Spit is able to easily mitigate the rest of the spit. And that's going to be the hit. 2 hits down. A little over 5%. Slow start for Abyssium. Not too big of a deal. We are going to have the tank coming in with 3 members at 96 or below. We do still have Opera House sitting on 100 HP there. Poach. First tank for Abyssium. First tank for our grand finale. Okay. Hittable's not quite lined up for any play off of that smoke. 1 boom as well. Nothing too crazy here, and Cigarettes After Sex will be allowed, of course, to just walk it back. Got to be careful of hittables through this region. Poach going to be trying to... In fact, that's what we should be checking out now. As Poach tries to bring those hittables into play. Got a dumpster. Got a car. I mean, I don't feel like we usually see people get all of these hittables in. But if he can get a good... Okay. Oh, it's... I mean, that's looking good. He's still first pass. He's going to have a lot of hittables that he can work with here against Cigarettes. As for Cigarettes, you can see that they are just set up on top of cars, etc. Being careful not to be set up on top of certain ones. Smoker, Hunter, Charger is what they're going to have to deal with on the initial hit. Poach, obviously, Talisman Rock, but not going to be able to play Rock Tank. He is going to have to bring it in. He's already 4,500. Hunter's in very quick. Connects with the Smoker. Rock will land, and Poach is able to keep it going. Into the charge, and he just lets it go. Look at the team play, the double smack on the cars. Unfortunately, both of them kind of going wide. Second car will be no good. Getting caught up on the gas station, and although it was a great charge... Wait. What? Okay, we're going to have to watch that back. We are going to have to watch that back, but there is a player down. He's even going for the rock onto the car to try to push it onto Opera House to kill him. It's not going to happen. But it's a free down. It's a lot of damage from the Charger onto Ellis. And not bad at all, considering what it could have been. And I just saw my microphone try to get in my head, try to throw me off, try to make me quiet. But I caught it. Don't worry, folks. 2-2. And it will be picked. Obviously, this alarm card no longer is something that the SIs can play around. They're going to do what they can. Boom, not making it over. It's going to get popped quick. Hunt. No Hunt spit set up. Just going to throw out a spit. And Mickey chillin'. Let's see it, Mickey. Mickey PMA mode. Mickey PMA mode. He holds on to it. He goes for the pull. Is he going to get killed for this? Yeah, just a very, very late sack out of Mickey there. Five seconds left. Going to be up in time once I get into the house, which I feel like is a better hit anyways, especially with what they got set up. Jockey Charger Spitter. So I don't blame him at all for that late sack. He is just going to have a boom. Would that be better than a Smoker? I mean, kind of interchangeable here in this area. Maybe get some boom stumble in here. Get second to a quad, perhaps. Charge, set it up. Jockey will catch in the side with the boom, but Opera House too aware for it. Not going to let his teammate get carried off to the side room. It is a nice little triple boom, but a lot of the damage has been nullified, and that's going to be Cigarettes continuing forward. They don't have anything crazy for bonus, but you know, if they get a tank wipe, after this, and they're able to carry a good, 600-700 into the safe room, yeah, that's going to be already massive delta. We do have the 3-1. Charger, Hunter, Smoker, Spit ready to go. Hunter set up. Let's see it. Hunt cam. Going for DP action through the brushes. Not going to find it. Charge will not either. Yeah, not really finding much of anything on that hit. I think they got hit for about, what, 7 damage? 7 bonus? Alright. Start the event. For those of y'all who might not be familiar with custom maps, they got to blow this up in order to pass forward. They'll be sitting here for a while. They've got a huge horde, bunch of hits coming in on them, and a 2-2, which isn't really the most threatening. Looks like Boom is hoping that Opera House will leave the room, and indeed he did, but he takes it right back, nowhere near where that Boom was going to be able to go off at. Spit saving. Boom will go ahead and sack. Okay. Should be last chance here. Smoker can actually be a great tool to try to pull this player in the front that's blocking the room, try to pull him out of the room and get a spawn in there. But the Smoker's actually spawning in there, which is interesting. Once he runs back, but he clears it so quick. Hunt gets demolished. Jockey obviously way too far away to get in there. I said it would be nice for them to get 600-700. How about 800? They're able to keep almost all of their bonus for the past 3 or so hits. Abyssium has not connected for almost anything on all 3 of these hits in a row. Post-tank, CAS eating a car, but insane recovery after that. Smoke pull in the Spit, no. Quick clears once again, and they're just going to be able to walk it in. Beautiful scoreline here. 8-0-4 as they lock it up. But the question is, what happened during that tank? At least that's my question. But let's see it back. Poach going in. Gets a first hit onto Nick. Hunter, Smoke, overlap. Goes for a rock onto the other SIs. And then look at the charge, follow up. Boom, takes him into outer space. But look at the dumpster. He just backs right into it. I didn't even notice at first. Wow. Okay. So that double smack with the hittables does pay off. Charger gets some good damage in there too, but tank forgoes covering the charge. Hello? 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 We good? Are we good, folks? Are we good? All right. I mean, I don't think cigarettes after sex can be too upset with that. They eat that really unfortunate dumpster and still get over 40% of the bonus into the safe room, taking pretty much nothing for like 3 or 4 hits. I love the translation software here that they have on the server, so they can translate winnow into winnow and go no ma into go no ma. Very much appreciate that as a non-Spanish speaker. It's a very nice tool. Smoke pull is good. Hunter ricochets in to the Spit. Charge says, get back over here. Where are you going? And Ellis does just narrowly avoid the Spit. It's still going to be 5%, but nice awareness by Ellis. And that was a pretty crazy interaction there with Coach as well. A little bit unfortunate there that Misha was not able to completely avoid that.
Reloading.
All right, Smoker, Jockey, Hunter, and the Boom. Interesting hit. I like the way CAS set it up. They're going to get the hunt. It's not really much else, but I like the way that they tried to make that overpass hit work, even though they really didn't have the SIs to try to make it work. Didn't really pay attention to the sack order. We're going to have the alarm car right up here, but that's right. We've got the tank, so alarm car going to be irrelevant. And actually, with a big miss at the overpass hit, it's going to be pretty much equal for the two teams. Taking about 5% over 2 hits. But that charge will be great. Hunter gets in. No! Hunter going to get skeeted. The owner of the server is in here. I hope he didn't hear me tell. Well, actually, I was saying my praises, so nothing to worry about there. But regardless, focusing back in on the match, because we are casting a grand finale here. It is Sunsets. Player on CS who I'm not really familiar with, at least his name. At least the name Sunsets. Again, these guys play under numerous identities. But we do have the car. We have the dumpster. They're getting in there. Sunsets is second pass, though. Dumpster's great hit. Car's going to get decently in. Kind of an awkward area. But you should have time to straight... Wow. Yeah, going to be simple enough. Dumpster coming in. He's got plenty of frustration to work with, and he is going to roll it in. Let's see. We got a jockey. We got a hunter. And we got a smoker way off to the side for CAS. Let's see how that... Oh, my God. The bounces on the dumpster. Let's tune into Sunsets here as he tries to lock it down on Abyssium. Abyssium's going to run straight away, but they still get locked down with... Oh, my God. The dumpster way too close. A crowd surfing dumpster. Double cap as well as poor Ellis is left to his own devices here. He will be able to clear the hunter, but the jockey grabs him, nabs him, and takes him all the way into a very scary place on the map, and that is basically going to be, I think that's going to be a kill on Poge if he plays it right. I unfortunately think I missed that beautiful first hit on Poge with my clip, so hopefully you saw that. If not, you missed out on a beaut. Now Sunsets here. Okay, he's just going to leave Poge. He's going to say that player is dead. Keeps going for the car. We got a jockey. We got a down player as well. 1500 HP low. Don't do it. Don't. Come on, dude. Like, Sunsets, bro. Okay, you can't. Okay, and all right. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. All right. And that's Cigarettes After Sex. Welcome into the lobby, Abyssium. Hope you enjoy your stay. A beautiful little lockdown by Sunsets, and they shut it down. Nice little 650 point advantage for them. As we watch it back, let's see it. One more hit. Oh my, what? Okay, look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And the smoker too with the jockey carry away. Ooh. Ooh. Man. What is a survivor to do in those conditions? Tell me. What is a survivor to do? Okay, we're going to head swiftly into Chapter 2. Something important to keep in mind is that a best of 2 has a very large difference from a best of 3. And basically what that means is with a best of 3, it doesn't matter how many points you win by. If you win, you get a point. But with a best of 2, your points are carried over to the next chapter. So it's not like Abyssium can afford to lose this by 3,000 points and still have a fighting chance going into Dead Center. So it is very imperative that they don't let this first campaign run out of control on them. We will see if that's to happen or not. Of course, you've all seen this kind of score difference before after one chapter. And you've all seen it come back from this instance before, unless this is literally your first match of Left 4 Dead 2 that you have ever watched in your life. So let's see what Abyssium can do. They got the smoke pull. It's no good. Hunt hopping in. Not going to find them. Beautiful team skeet there with the spit. Not a... Oh, well, I mean, they will get 2%, 2.5% with a little boom aftercare here. Getting in onto Nicholas in specific. So he tries to shut down the commons, but... it's still going to be a 4%er. Abyssium cannot be too upset with that. In fact, it's even going to be more than that as CAS continues to take damage after the fact from commons, just trying to move too quickly. Only got 2 survivors back there, clearing. Opera House completely stuck in a wave of commons, and the team is just like, go, no mas. Jockey, Hunter, Can they get in? Jockey, no. Hunter, no. They will get the charge spit. And he's in the corner. Got a long way to go. And they do dip below 90% with that. You got to hand it to Abyssium. They have definitely shook it off quite well so far. We see a big split from CAS. Shouldn't be any deal. I would love it, Link. Clip any and everything that you would like. That was a sick car. Absolutely. Alright, we got Mickey, or is he Mikey? Since we have a pause, I did want to discuss this. I feel like if your name is Mikey and people keep calling you Mickey, you might get upset. But if your name's Mickey and people keep calling you Mikey, then you're probably not too upset about that. If any people are named Mickey or Mikey in the chat, please weigh in. But I do feel like maybe I should call him Mikey instead of Mickey. Not sure. But unfortunately, that anecdote, okay, it did last just long enough for the unpause to come out. Thank you very much. We can move swiftly along from that topic as we got the Charger, the Smoker, and we've also got a Boom ready to go as Mickey goes for the rock play. It takes a little bit of chip, nothing too crazy. Charge comes in from the side. He's just going to roll it in. Just going for a rock. No, not even going for a rock. Is he going to climb the tightrope here? No, they get no boom. They get no nothing. He just watches. Just I want to say he kept vision, but I'm honestly not sure how much vision he kept. He goes second pass. The hit is all down. He's going to have to cross this tightrope eventually, right? And that's going to take frustration if they don't go for, but they should go for chips. So it's no big deal. He'll definitely be able to keep up frustration while he's walking the tightrope. So he does wait. We got a jockey. We got a charger. We got a hunter. I don't know about the charge. We'll see if if they do get an angle where they can do a nice little rocket, that would be cool. Maybe he's got something else in plan, as we do see the charge still waiting. He's still climbing the tightrope. Oh my god. 1k HP gone. They're trying to run away. Charge. Hello. And yeah. Okay. 4k HP. 3500. Hunter. Isolation. He does, but that's going to be too easy for a clear for Opera House. No coverage, but Rowe now gets caught on the other side by the jockey. Opera House again let through for the clear, and Mickey does manage to get, oh my god, a single in cap with a rock with that. Okay, gotta be careful here. There's still a lot of damage that we could potentially milk out of this, but not if we're not careful. Look at the stealth pickup by Coach. He's going to walk right into a punch, but he did pop his pills just in time, and Mickey goes down. Quick pull, not enough. And that will be that. Okay, Tank is mopped up by Cigarettes After Sex. I gotta say, the Tank in the end was worth about what? About at least about 30%. Maybe a little bit more than 30%, 35%. Abyssium can't be too upset about that, but on Chapter 1, we found that they struggled to find SI damage very much after the Tank was dead. Hunt spit. What? Charge just. Oh, the jockey drops him into the spit, though. You love to see it. Nice play onto Ellis. And keep in mind, if you look at Ellis's HP, he is the DB for the team. So the DB now at 54%. And, that is just from him getting hit hard. Especially, for example, by that jockey and by that spitter. So kind of an awkward Charger moment, but it still works out for the most part for Abyssium. And they do find some much needed damage, raising their hopes, although this hit is not particularly going to raise their hope. Beautiful skeet. Jockey goes in second, completely stranded, and it is what it is. The question is, 4 seconds after sex, what is the plan here? Are we going to be able to gun it through? We've already got a smoke up. We got Mickey up in just a moment, so I'm not sure. There's a nice double jump, beautifully done. By Opera House, who has just been putting the team on his back for the most part here so far. Literally just aiming at the dude through the wall because he just has that intimate of a knowledge of where this smoker is. It is quite a beautiful thing to see. We've got the Charger. We got a Boomer as well. Smoker at an interesting spot. I don't think there's much a Smoker can do, especially that he's sitting on 148. He's going to go for scratches probably, but the charge is good. In the spit, Smoker just died for fun. Boom on the back, but the most important part is that charge spit. And we do see Opera House with, just bleeding out currently. So they are going to have to keep up the pace. They've got no pills to blow right now, but they should be able to find some right here. They do find one set. No, they find two sets. Oh, nice. Opera House and Touch both get to pop a set of pills. So the fact that they're bleeding out now mostly irrelevant, except for the fact that they're worth the DB. Quad could make all of this DB discussion irrelevant here in just a moment. Tough setup for Abyssium. CAS walking, not looking like they can get stumbled. Now they are, as they walk into the side room. Smoke. Okay, charge. Very brief jockey. Little bit of damage. But they do, chop down half of the hit right away. Touch getting a one-shotter on the Hunter, and as well as a Smoke Tongue getting cleared pretty much instantly. It's a respectable 25% of the bonus that they're working with right now. I do worry for Abyssium here. How much bonus of their own can they get? But there's still one more hit. We got potential for spit spread for sure through this area. We got 100 jockeys set up. They break down the door. Boom drops in on him, finds two. Makes the hit much more accessible for the Hunter jockey. You gotta wait for the jockey to get set up overhead. And Hunter's going to take the fight with Opera House. No, he's going to be the jockey. He overlaps. Okay, jockey ready to recommit. I think that could have been handled a lot better by Abyssium, unfortunately. They had Opera House right where they wanted him. They finally land something without getting skeeted out by sitting. He's trying to skeet the Hunter, and the jockey comes from the opposite angle. And yeah. Beautiful attempts by Abyssium to get some meaningful separation on the SIs, but Opera House is just too slippery. He's able to just run back and forth between all the survivors and, get a clear here, get a clear there. And yeah, he just does so much utility for his team while the tank just gets blasted. Beautifully done. There's Opera House. He gets smacked even, but he's allowed to escape. And it just feels like Opera House is just not the man you can let escape here. He's just not the guy you want to let through. Beautiful rock. But that will be it. Okay, I'm just thinking about this hit. In theory, I feel like this hit shouldn't be getting 5%. But, there's a lot of commons. Teams seem wanting to press forward very aggressively after the hit is done. And you can see they've already taken some chip. I think from friendly fire. Nice skeet, avoiding the spit damage. But now we got this boom target. And look at that. Abyssium will take the hit better. They get right out of the forest. Now all the commons coming to them in a funnel. Sure, spit will block. But now there's no spit ready. This block must have meant quite a lot to CAS. Tank gonna come in before the event started. Hunter's in. I think the Hunter's the tank. We got a boom, we got a charge, and we got a jockey. So, essentially, stop waiting. He trades his spitter for a boomer. And I quite like that, actually. Charge lands on the head. And Abyssium doesn't want to run it back. I was thinking this might be an area where they want to run it back, but, at the same time, we do see teams usually hold it out here. Great wide open space. There is this big white truck that can lead to some serious separation, either from smoke, jockey, you know, other ways too. You know, just kind of hanging out here for the moment, tossing some rocks. Abyssium isn't particularly making an effort to LOS the tank here. And yeah, he's just going to roll it in. I like it. Here he comes. Abyssium's not running it back, though. This is the difference between CAS and Abyssium. Smoke is not getting cleared. Ro is trapped over here in the corner, getting smacked up against the brick wall. She is completely down, just like that. We've got a jockey. We got a hunter and a smoker. And they're just going to be able to defend Misha as they go in. Hunsky is no good. Jockey will grab for the separation. Nice dodge on the smoke, but with a 2-cap. Oh, Nick will get the clear, but the smoke is there for the cover. And that is going to be another wipe onto Abyssium. I mean, their SI plays don't look bad. Their SIs look pretty convincing. But then when we go over to the survivors and you see those tank wipes just immediately come out with almost no defense from Abyssium, it starts to become a bit questionable. We do see the tank full engage right away onto Misha. The smoke just not getting cleared. Very unfortunate. And with that player down and a tri-cap ready to go, I mean, the hunter, that was kind of awkward there, but touch gets bailed out a little bit, but it was pretty much... Actually, I say that, but if the hunter took that jockey target, no, I think it would have been pretty much irrelevant, regardless. Opera House doesn't have a ton of it. You can see, he gets down to about 1,200 by the time everything's said and done. But the SI pressure is just way too much. You know, a hunter, that's kind of weird, but he's like, whatever, I'll just go for this other guy. It doesn't even matter. And we are going to see Cigarettes After Sex in the lead. In the grand finale, best of 2 grand finale, up about 1,200. Charger, Boomer, Smoker, Jockey, they do send in the boom. I was really hoping they didn't continue to send things in. They're not going to go ahead and trigger the car alarms. The thing is, I mean, okay, we should have all the comments coming from behind at this point, which allows them to continue pressing forward. We don't have a spit yet. And it's not going to be a spit. It's actually going to be a quad. Oh, Abyssium. If they play standard here, it might not be very good. But if they play like they've got a quad, it could be great. Unfortunately, all just kind of overlapping on Nick, trying to prevent him from pressing the button. I feel like a lot of damage could have potentially come out with that quad. Just hit on the guy who's not pressing the button. I mean, yeah, hit on the people who aren't pressing the button. 3 of them. Now we got a 2-2 that we're working with. Charge Hunt. This could be a decent hit at the event. Honestly, I would like to see them just send it. I like just sending hits. We're going to have the boom going first. Hunter second. Save the charge and the jockey and the spit. This means that they're going to have charge, smoke, jockey, spit at the drop down if they're allowed by CAS. I mean, if they just hold W here, they waited quite a bit to send it. We got 3 seconds left on Poach. 3 seconds left on K, on Kurt Cobain. They're just going to drop it in. Hey, Nick doesn't even try to bait around it. He knows that pre-spit's coming out on top, and he tries to win the 1v1 down below. The spit spreads all over the place, and he eats it hard. But still, they've got plenty of bonus to spare, to be honest with y'all at this point. Abyssium does get a good hit in, but the average, you know, it's looking pretty meager. And this is just, wow, a triple boom. Kind of an awkward pop there from CAS. Kind of unnecessary. I think they already had the M2 there. And this is going to kind of hamper CS's plans, but not really. They're just going to continue their game plan. They're already winning, but they want to win more. So they're not going to do anything crazy, anything fast-paced. They're not going to run up and press a button and start trying to run it back when they got a triple boom on them. They're just going to set up over here, outside Fashion Girl, do a little bit of shopping for their girl or for themselves. You know, I don't judge. And now they'll go ahead and press a button. The question is, okay, we got to spit, so I don't want to see him take it to the side room. Charge spit's good, though. Oh, unfortunately, the spit not going to spread onto Opera House. And now that CAS takes the hit, they're going to, yeah, I like this. Just, oh, okay. Hey, this was kind of the old meta of where we saw teams take hits here during the button press. I think it's completely fine. After witnessing it a couple times, I do think that lower level area is better. But this area, you're pretty much guaranteed to take very minimal damage through here, so it's fine. Interesting setup. A lot of times we see Hunter go for ricochets on the... Okay, he goes for a little bit of that. And the double. And the charge takes that one. Yes, he will. Into the corner. Unfortunately, no spit, but they'll get a smackdown. They'll get a double cap. They'll get pretty much everything they could have ever asked for. Even a smoker scratch with that. As a little love tap, send the hit on the way. Tank's going to be at 81%. Reloading. Okay. I really don't like the typing going on right now, but regardless. Jockey Charger Hunter Spit. It's a great hit. They're going to send it now. Is it not about to blow up? Hunter goes. It just blew up. I mean, they're just going to be allowed to fully progress through the Recco Bank now. A little bit of a brain off play by Abyssium if I had to call one out like that. Because, I mean, this just sets cigarettes up. And they didn't even get a good hit out of it. Like, it was a great SI order. It was a great hit in theory, but it got shut down. And now they're just straight through reflex sports. We do have a hit set up in here, but as you can see, you know, they can jump up on top of the shelves. If a spit is on top of the shelf, they can jump off the shelf. Lots of stuff. I mean, even with Opera House jumping down, okay, the spit does, okay, but look at it. He's able to just walk away. And, yeah, 64% of the bonus left for cigarettes after sex. And this tank, in the hands of Misha, is gonna need to put in some work. Of course, we are gonna see cigarettes after sex hopping it over. Tank, you know, as the hit was not up, not able to run interference there. It is just going to have to allow them forward, or back, rather, as they do a little bit more shopping. They say, you know what, we got to close, but we could also go for a coffee and bagel real quick. Jockey lands right on the head, but it's a little bit late for a rock. It's a little bit early to be paired with a rock, you could say. Maybe they just don't want the jockey. They're keeping the charge smoke for the time being. Okay. I don't know what we're really trading right now as far as like why we are trading life. We got a Hunter Smoker Charger. We've been saving. We've not been throwing rocks this whole time. I don't expect this to start now. Misha's going to try to catch off Opera House over in the corner. Hunter! No! Hunter's not able to get through. Unfortunately, he's just going to have to settle for this corner onto Row. He's going to go ahead and finish her off, but Opera House has escaped. And you know what? The Hunter might have gotten skeeted even if he went for the 1v1 with Opera House. But we got a player down, and we got a tri-cap ready to go. Look at the team skeet onto the Charger. They clean it up anywhere. Onto the Hunter. They clean it up anyways. The Smoker is good. Gets him 2 punches. Make it a 3rd punch. Hey, Cigarettes After Sex is not doing a great job of preserving their bonus, but they are surviving all the same. Rock attempt. 100 HP left on Misha. I love it. The back in the 4th. But is destined to die at some point. Okay. 10 punches. You got to hand it to Misha. Misha gets 10 punches. Got the corner on Row. Got the setup with the tri-cap. But the team skeet start up the Hunter, who had a moment where he could have just gone in anyways. And that could have happened. They could have had an SI up. Again, I don't know. It is what it is, though. They try what they can. We have another hit ready to go. Just now getting the 4th SI up. Charger, he's been bought enough time by the Jockey and the Hunter. Beautifully done. Abyssium does manage to have these moments of brilliance. And also, I mean, you can see the bonus has been deeply affected by it. They went from over 800 bonus before the tank. Right now it's sitting on 40. But the part that I worry about here for Abyssium is Cigarettes After Sex can still get another 160 distance. They can still get a tank wipe at that 81% and make this chapter just a tie. But at least it's not them finding more points. At least you can say that. At least, well, not many more points. If they do make it here and then they get wiped, but you know what I mean. In comes a hit. Smoker's good. Oh my god, the lovely double spit with the double hunt. It's all down to Opera House. Once again, this man is just playing out of his mind. He's always everywhere. He's like a concierge. You need him, he's there. He's going to help you out. He's going to save your life. He's going to order you room service as well. He'll basically do anything that you need for a fee. I wonder what the fee has been for Cigarettes After Sex, because this man has put them on his back time and time again. No insult to the rest of CAS, but I mean, you got to hand it up to Opera House. This man has just been playing out of his mind. Jockey Hunter, Charger, Spitter. In they go. Charger will find him. Down goes Opera with the jockey landing as well. Hunter takes him. Nice little skeet by touch. Of course, there was a jockey, but it was close enough to a skeet for me. We'll be counting that. All right, and they lock it up. No bonus to their name, but a hefty 600 distance. Of course, I mean, this could, it just depends on how you look at it. But the main point is, I don't think Abyssium's really at a point where they can tie Chapter 3 and be like, I'm happy with that. I don't think they can tie Chapter 3 and be like, all right, y'all, good work. They're kind of, but hey, they can't let the match run away from them. So maybe if they're more comfortable on the vanilla maps, like Dead Center, could help them out. Just can't get too far ahead of ourselves. But you got to hand it to Cigarettes After Sex. They've got a big lead here. I'm interested to see what they do here. Because I personally, I love the boom stack into the quad. I just didn't think that the execution, having a quad, was right on point. And we do see the triggering of the car alarm, or, you know, the ATM. Abyssium making it a little bit slower to the event as well. He is going to start it off. Let's see the quad. 4 cigarettes. Are they just going to end it right here? Smoker is good. They're not protecting. Charger will miss. Jockey. It's just going to be double with a nice little charge smack at the end. And actually, you know, it's about the same. Cigarettes After Sex trying to send in that quad. Not getting a whole lot for it. Obviously, if one more SI had landed there, would have been a different story. But maybe the charge. Charge would have been brilliant there. The smoke was amazing. Very well-timed smoke. But we do have the 2-2 in response. It's a strong 2-2 for this area, though. I feel like what they could do is something that South Stars does, like every time that they play DBD, or at least a lot of times I've watched them do it, which is hit in this area. I don't really see too many other teams do that. But, you know, this vent is kind of guaranteed damage to an extent. If you play it right, you're pretty much guaranteed to at least get a little spit somewhere along the way. Hunt charge, boom spit. Let's see what they can do. Let's see Nick leading the way, or rather Ellis. Boom, ready to go from overhead. He's waiting it out for the spit. Oh, Mickey, we got to drop down. Okay, all right. But the damage is very much spread. Hey, I'm not gonna hold it against Abyssium. It was less than 10%. That much is for sure. About 8%. Tough choke point to deal with. Very easy to go completely sideways with it. They even get triple boomed, but they do manage to wipe it up. Well done by them. And we go into another quad for cigarettes. Going to be testing this Abyssium roster once again. Now, oh my god, going to hit him here. Smoke pull, charge once again with the miss. Nothing else getting in. And this administration security is a great place to take a quad. So I feel like Cigarettes After Sex just wanted to send before Abyssium players started getting into that area. But you know, it was a little bit of a haphazard send. I think we had the button pressed here, but Abyssium is also going to take in this area. With the spit and the boom up, I feel like one player maximum over here by administration and security. Abyssium does fix it. Jockey does not get M2'd, and Mickey gets carried into the corner, eventually getting cleared. But you can see the aiming. The aiming is just a lot better for Cigarettes After Sex. The clears are coming out quite a bit faster. There was a triple boom there, don't get me wrong. Here they go again. Got the Hunter. Smoke pull into the charge. Wow. Nice instant clear on the Charger. Beautifully done by Abyssium. They are keeping their heads in this match. And in fact, they are up in points compared to where CAS was at this point. So you got to hand it to them. If they can play this tank cleaner, which is definitely possible, they can get a nice reimbursement of points. The thing I'm worried about here is if CAS hits on the run back. If they save their hit, wait for the run back, the tank may be able to swoop in. Love the Hunter engage. Couldn't quite find it. Eventually the ski on by Nick. Charge Jockey. Oh no. Oh my god. Well, it's finally happened, folks. Disaster has struck Abyssium. The Jockey, the unassuming Jockey boom situation with about 800 commons swarming him. It was such a good moment for Abyssium. It's still got potential, but they have fallen lower than CAS was at the same spot in the chapter. And guess what else? CAS has got a beautiful hit here worth a ton of damage if they can land. Hunter won't get skeeted. Gonna find the target with the spit. Look at the charge. Charge couldn't get a spawn. Maybe they're just saving the charge. Maybe they're like, you know what? We're gonna hit this on the run back with the charge. I don't know what plan CAS has in store for this charge. Yeah, definitely looks like a run back charge. And we got Touch here operating the tank. We got a boom. We got a Charger. We got a Jockey. We got one survivor over. Look at Nick. Nick trying to block spawns for his team. Oh my, they can't get it so far. Boom can't get a spawn. Jockey's going through. They walk right into a double boom. Charge will be avoided. Does Touch go in? Touch is going to roll it in with the double boom. Common's wrapping around. No, he's just going to take a rock. Rock to the dome of Nick, and now he's going to roll it in with all that common lock, and Nick going down from the rock. Down goes Poach. 2,300 HP left on Touch as he goes for a rock. Very dangerous rock. I mean, for the tank. Not well protected. Loses a bunch of HP, but Smoke into the smack. Trying to get a double cap on the sideline, and they do. Can they finish off Ellis? No. But it's still going to be a ton of damage onto Misha, as well as a carry away onto Coach. Down goes Misha, in fact, and Ellis with the 1-0. He dodges it. Oh, Mickey keeps his team alive to continue fighting. But oh my, it is a disaster here for Abyssium. Mickey doing all he can. Oh, spit comes out and he cancels the pickup. I don't know if he was really in a position to be able to cancel that pickup. We got Boom going in. There's Boom for 2. We got Jockey on the stumble. And it does turn out to be Mickey was just not in a position to be able to cancel that pickup. And down he goes. 2120 to 690. After 3 chapters, and Opera House asks, is it accumulative? Is it accumulative? And yes, it is. Yes, it is. As we watch this tank back, we missed the early engage. All the SI is missing in that room, but the double boom was enough to cause enough mayhem. Look at the smoke spawn. Ellis completely unprotected. They land the double. Ellis allowed to escape as a tank considers his other options, but it ends up being the demise in the end. Anyways, nice attempt by Mickey, but not able to save his team. And that's gonna be that. Putting putting chapter 3 to rest with them still down, not just overall but also per chapter. All right, as we go back to our match at hand, the tank is going to be at 52%. So we aren't going to have any crazy tank in here. We are going to have it at 52%. Should be a pretty chill tank, which gives Abyssium the opportunity to try to get some points back. My original criticism was of Abyssium was that they weren't able to find the SI damage early on in this match. Outside the tank, they really struggled to find SI damage, but it's really transformed since then. They found the SI damage, but the past 2 chapters, they've been wiping to the tank in dreadful fashions. Actually, all 3 chapters. They've wiped to the tank with a ton of bonus going into the tank. Just been really unfortunate for Abyssium. I can't help but feel like they do have a fighting chance. They're obviously the underdogs here, but I cannot say that Cigarettes After Sex have been playing out of their mind. Opera House has been individually, but as a team, they've definitely had some areas that they can improve on. They've definitely had some weak spots. The question is, can Abyssium take advantage of it? Boom comes out, immediately popped. Hunter ricochets through with a spit. No, it's the smoke. All right, well, the boom dies first, and everything dies off pretty damn quick. Opera House takes a little bit of damage, as is life for him. And he... Okay. Spitter, Jockey, Boomer, Hunter, 2-2. Gonna play around the alarm with the boom? No, we're gonna let that go. I definitely don't mind it by Abyssium. Just go ahead and get a hit in. But look at CS here. I was thinking surely they run into the other side and start triggering the ATMs, and then... Okay, no, we got the Hunter and the Jockey mopped up. They go into a quad. I mean, okay, am I crazy? Like, these need to be popped anyways. So they do eventually pop them. One room that we saw be very effective against SIs was this Fancy Tramp store, which is, I guess, a store. It would be especially strong against a quad attack. I mean, this would shut down quads. But with the quad coming up, they are going to choose to take it over here, which is going to be difficult as well. But there's this back spawn. There's a lot of different entry paths, but it does get lasered down. Smoke tongue cleared. Charger destroyed. Sure, they get a jockey for a moment, but, you know, CAS, they keep it locked down. We are going to see the tank here. Abyssium. Obviously, they are going to struggle on this tank, as will CAS, to be able to find damage. One thing that can happen is them getting knocked over railings here in some way. There's also, you know, they already triggered the car or the ATMs, but maybe some kind of like pull down over here if there's somebody who gets caught out solo over here. Something like that. Otherwise, it's a very straightforward tank. It's going to take a lot of damage on the engage. And it goes 1,000 down. He will get the 1-2. Oh, he's just going to take the 1. Offered a 1-2. He says, no, I'll just have the 1. Thank you. Opera House goes down. And with Opera House down, this is a new light here for Abyssium. But it's only 1,400 HP left to work with. Not the most inspiring amount of HP, especially with all the SIs trying to double team Ellis over here while the tank dies. You know, it's not really the kind of coordination that you want to be seeing. Stop Waiting does 62% of the tank damage. Touch does 2%. Touch dealt 2% of the tank while being on 83 permanent points of HP. Just a quick side note. Statistics, you know, they're so crazy and fun and wild. And they also can't lie when you read them. So the Hunter comes in. Hunt spit, potentially. No good. That being said, I just remembered it was Ellis who was literally 3v1ing all the SIs on the side of Abyssium. So you know what? Forget everything I said. Touch handled it perfectly. Was an absolute honeypot for the entire SI squad while the tank got completely lasered down. So, you know, statistics do lie. Hunter, boom, shut down. And now we've got Kurt Cobain spawning with this would have been a quad, but instead we just send in the Hunter. And don't get me wrong, this quad is not going to be great to land. They're going to just try it anyways. But now, I mean, now Mickey's about to spawn with the spit, right? Or is it a boom? It is a boom. Okay, I'll allow it. Gets the one boom. But obviously, as you can see, Abyssium very much hurting for damage. And also, they don't have much chapter to work with that's left. We're going to have the button, you know, just climbing up the ladder. Hunt spit as they leave with the jockey. M2'd away by Coach. And with that, they're going to be allowed to climb up. We're going to have some charge shenanigans, hopefully. No, he's just going to keep running. I would have loved some charge shenanigans right here off the side, but he's going to play it safe. Not really the best time to play it safe here, I would say, but regardless, he does make sure that they have a hit with 4 SIs. So you can't blame him for that. Unfortunately, it is going to be a Hunter Charger Smoker Boom. We'll see how much they can do with this. Boom, melted. I mean, the Abyssium, like, this might work for CES, and that's why Abyssium's trying it, because they're like, the Chargers are getting in when they just send them first. But CES, it's like a firing squad. Every time the Charger comes out, all 4 members of CES have their guns directly on the Charger, and it is getting absolutely melted like butter every single time. 55% of the bonus left. I gotta say, this has been the least convincing chapter so far from Abyssium, and I can't blame them for that. Chapter 3 was a kind of a glimmer of hope for them, and it was dashed in quite a horrific manner, so you know, if they're feeling in their head a little bit, I don't think anyone here could blame them for it, but now is where they needed to shut down the points, and it did not happen. Charge. Again, melted. Everything done. Car alarm, pop, but cares given, none. 0. Coach, sunsets. Okay. And they will be able to lock it in. They will be able to lock that in. Let's go back to the tank. Gets the corner onto Opera House thanks to that Hunter. But then look at this. The jockey and the Charger. They're just over here on Ellis while Kurt Cobain gets absolutely destroyed, obliterated by these 2 SMGs from 2.2k HP down to 0.0k HP. While the Charge and the jockey, we just have the circuit, the SI circuit, the circus, but it's spelled SI, and they're both capital. RCUS. That's, I'm already trademarking that. Nobody in chat can take that. It is the circus, but not the one that you thought. Charge. Not, he actually does get in with a double with the spec 2. 3. No, just gonna be 2. Very okay. I think Abyssium is not feeling too happy about this. They're kind of just going. That was crazy. That hit was just completely uncalled for. No baiting, just. But then again, I mean, they got cut off guard by the Charge, but That spawn can be kind of blocked. I guess maybe if he's jumping in the corner. Charge on Spit. He gets it. Oh, nice movement by Abyssium on that one. Are we going to see the Hunter go for the alarm? No. I think it's a smart play. I mean, my teammates in my center games always want to go for this. They're like, oh my god, if I make the survivors pop that, and then it's going to be so crazy. Poge is just going. Poge is like, you know what? I'm done. I don't care. But little does Poge and friends know, they have left these two ATMs. They are not going to be able to run it back. If they do, it's going to be very precarious. Are they going to run it forward? I was wondering. I was wondering if they would want to just run it forward for fun. Interesting. Oh my goodness. He gets the wall charge. Alright, let's see it. Stop waiting. Potential final tank for Cigarettes After Sex. Almost certainly the final tank for this campaign. Grand finale of ByTournament X. Can he put a nice little bow on this gift wrap present of a first place? His name is Stop Waiting. It is a misnomer. It is misleading. I'm sorry, folks. I hate to have to be the one to tell y'all. It's going to be a ton of chip. 2K. Smoke pool. Immediately cleared. Where was that on Chapter 2? And now we got the alarm that they're just going to be playing around. Double cap is in. Smoke pool again. What even happened? Wait, what even happened over there? What? Wait. No, no, no. It was him. Oh, my God. Okay, clip that. Let's watch that one back. Stop Waiting goes down with 2 survivors left alive, but am I crazy? Did that happen and my boomer vision was just like, I didn't even notice that happening? Smoke pool? Charge no good. Am I crazy? I feel like this guy just jumped off or got charged. Like, how is he even, why is he over here? Surely he got smacked, right? He was jumping and he got smacked. I can't think of any other earthly explanation. But you gotta hand it to Abyssium. They do not trigger those ATMs. They say, you know what? It's just not gonna happen. They get double capped right in front of it. Doesn't happen. Hunter Jockey Spit Boom. Hey, you know that. I will say there's a lot of times where I succeed as the cameraman, but there's few moments where I succeed in such a resounding fashion. And you really just witnessed a rare moment for the camera work on this stream. All right, smoke into the charge. No. I know if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times, but you got to hand it to Abyssium. They're still in here fighting with 500 bonus, but it is almost all DB. It is very large majority DB. They're going to be fine through here, probably, but once they start getting to the ladder, getting post-tunnel, it's going to be tough. Love the cheeky jockey. Oh! Oh! I'm surprised. That was an interesting boom. $420 bonus left. Feel free to smoke one now in honor of Abyssium. As we have Nicholas taking a detour into Kittyland. Nick, aren't you a little bit old for that? Aren't you? Go have your crystal, Nick. Go have your crystal. Alright. Alright. And Nicholas. Okay. He goes down. These make me want to eat here. They do. Costello's Food Court. A. Health and safety A. And, yeah, bonus gone. They're going to continue pressing forward, but the unfortunate truth of the matter is that they are going to be down not quite 2,500, but it's going to be quite a bit. We got Poach here, black and white, bleeding out. Oh, the smacks? Oh my God, Poach with the chip level. It literally would have been murdered in cold blood. His black and white would have been murdered in cold blood if he did not pull out that 9-iron and take it to the dome. Beautifully done. Or the driver. Yeah, if he didn't pull out that beautiful driver. The life and times of Poach here in the 1v1 with the smoker. You already know what time it is. Ooh. Look at the movement. Oh, the team ski. Look at Poach here. Oh, wow. What a hero. What a hero. Are you fucking kidding me, Ellis? A national hero. That's uncalled for. That is completely uncalled for. Entirely. I cannot believe they would do that. Completely uncalled for. That is crazy. Is that score accurate? Yes. Yes. I can't believe the alarm does not get popped here. Look. Wait, where does he go? Where does the guy go? Look, where was that? Someone tell me, where was that? What happened? Was it the smoker? We gotta watch this back. Hold on. We gotta have the Nicholas cam on this one. Are they going to dark car? Okay. Let's see it. I gotta see. We got 3 players right here. No, we got 4 players right here. We got 4 players. Here's Nick. Nick is still chilling. Oh. It must have just been off cam. He just got smacked so hard he fell into to another area of the mall. Okay. All right. It was honestly such a mystery to me. Yep. When I'm looking the other way, he just walks on the other side of him. He says, "See ya."
Sorry, folks. This car is capable of miracles, but it can't drive over 20 miles apart.
All right. Hopefully, someone wrote down the scores because I did not. All right, y'all. I said it was Dead Center, but it's actually going to be Dark Carnival.
Missing the pain pills item was a challenge. Initial versions of adrenaline allow players to run faster and perform certain actions faster, such as reviving other players. But the pills already give 50 temporary health points, which is enough for injured players to run at full speed again. So the adrenaline needed something extra. We expanded the actions that could be affected by adrenaline, shortening the time it takes to use health kits and this shit. Hey.
Alright, we will be right back with the action while we wait for these players to get in. Hang tight, y'all. We do have, just so y'all know the exact score, it is 36-32 for Cigarettes After Sex. 3,600. That's 3,600 points. And 1,400 points for Abyssium. So they are down about 2,200 here. We're currently waiting for a couple more players to get in, and I will be joined by my lovely co-caster here in a moment. Alrighty, folks. Looks like we are getting into the second campaign here with the quickness of the ByTournament grand finales. I am going to be joined by the one and only team captain of Air 404 and also my teammate Gun Noodle. How you doing, Gun Noodle?
Good. I'm glad to be here.
Excellent. You've come at kind of an inopportune moment. As we did they get extra points? I could have sworn they wrote a different number. They wrote 1423. Now they have 1634. We'll allow it. They are down 2,000 points. It's Abyssium trying to take down Cigarettes After Sex to be the winners of the grand finale of ByTournament, but it's not looking good. In comes the first hit from Abyssium. Charge is good with the smoke. Not quite getting the smackdown. Jockey on the head as well. A nice 6%er from Abyssium to start this out.
Now I'm very curious to see where Abyssium's head's gonna be at, being down this much in game 2. But that's obviously a great way to start it off. I mean, are they gonna be just having fun, having a good time? I mean, maybe that's what they need. You know, they just need a little mental reset. They just need to maybe just have a good time, and who knows, they could bring it back.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to lie. They already kind of threw in the towel. One of their players said GG, bros. But regardless, that could be a bait. Maybe it's the deep fake here. The Hunter Spit will land with the charge into outer space. Cigarettes After Sex maybe feeling a little bit too confident, a little bit too willing to just go. And that comes back to bite them.
Ow, what a start already.
We're
already seeing it.
Look at Coach!
They're just going. This is insane.
This is actually not the first time that we've seen CAS just send two members completely off on their own while one player gets completely common locked. But we see it again here. Smoker is spawned in, ready to go, but they're double teamed on it. Interesting kind of walking around the pool, kind of going all over the place. Sunsets, it's up on top. Boom, comes out on a row shot. I mean, there's so much potential for separation here that isn't being capitalized on. Now, Row is able to go group up with Sunsets, and now they go in. Jockey is stranded. We'll see.
Scratches from the Hunter in the front there. The Jockey's just going to decommit. I agreed. I mean, I thought there was some big potential there for separation, but they just didn't capitalize. So weird. We got a Charger going in. It's going to land up top. Not going to get a slam. Getting a quick clear out there from Sunsets. And, yeah, I don't know. It seems like Abyssium is just kind of here just to be here, you know, sending in solos aside. I feel like there could have been so much there. No, they missed out. I mean, it's bad, yeah, but you know what? Early wipes could cause this game to come right back in their favor. We got the vote kick coming out. Jockey coming in from above. Spitter goes down. Smoke Boom still up as the tank is up. It's going to be Misha. We'll see what he does. Backing up. Going for the car.
Yeah, I mean,
what is Cigarettes After Sex doing? Looks like they're going to be pushing forward. Isn't there a car down there too? Or am I crazy?
I am honestly not really sure. I feel like
I don't know if that one's hittable or not.
It's definitely got two up above. Make it 3. There's gonna be, I don't know. I mean, yeah. Look at how far out they're going. Wow, Opera House.
That was really close to being bad. It's still sliding. It could have grazed somebody. That one's still teetering. Oh my god, Opera House jumping right over it too. That was still teetering. That has a chance to cap somebody. If it hits correctly. Cigarettes After Sex pushing back now. Tank, these cars aren't. That car not very good, but it obviously bounces off the hill, so it's still potential to be in play. And that car is hittable, so, but he left the one up top, probably to prevent them from pushing. But it looks like we got one running forward. And they're just being super aggressive. The Smoker going to capitalize on it, grabbing the pole. And there's a pounce to the back. The tank's going to cover. Smoker's still not cleared. Now it is. Car coming forward. That Hunter is going to get the cap. The tank's still playing with these cars. Down to 4K HP. He's still struggling. He's going for the kill. There's a Charger in an interesting spot. He lands a punch, turns around onto Row. And now he's going to play his card. He's going to wait until Opera House is dead. Honestly, kind of smart. They did clear the Hunter, though. So he's just throwing rocks. There's one. He gets another punch. Coach down to 1. And there's the cap. They're going for the pickup.
Wow.
Tree and the Charger wasn't there to cover it.
Oh no!
Watch it fly. He's gliding. Did you see that? What is happening? This is amazing. And the jockey gonna take on touchdown goes the tank. Loads of damage, but honestly, with all the chaos, there should have been a wipe with all the chaos. I don't know. Did you see the way Touch glided across that hill? That was crazy.
Yeah. There was
still 200 bonus.
There was a point where the guy was down and the tank was going for the car in caps. And I was kind of thinking CS could just send 3 members and just like walk up and walk in, but they chose to try to defend their friend. They all survived. They walk it in, like you said, 180 bonus. All right. I mean,
I think the biggest thing there is Opera House did not get killed. I mean, he was pounced so far away, and they were able to clear it, and the tank just didn't cover it correctly. He lived.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt like there were opportunities left on the table from both teams, but especially Abyssium. Just especially like at the motel was another area where I felt like, oh man, they were like wide open to get hit. But maybe at the same time, maybe that was CS just kind of baiting them. I'm not really sure. But regardless, we'll see if Abyssium's got what it takes. That was, of course, a custom campaign for them last campaign on Dead Before Dawn. So we'll see if, more familiar campaign, classic Dark Carney might be able to help them out a little bit more. Or if this is just going to bolster Cigarettes After Sex. We'll have to see. I think this first hit will be a pretty good judge.
I like the one almost 200 ping that Mickey has.
You gotta love it.
Don't know if he's been rocking with that the whole time.
I don't think so, because I don't really remember if we
I just noticed the red bar.
I'm assuming he's just now lagging, but I feel like they didn't really equalize the pings. They're just like, oh, we're all Peruvian. We're all getting pretty much the same ping. Okay, he's back up to the 2 bar.
There we go. What do you think that says?
I'm actually, the server did have some kind of translation technology that was working earlier.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad that it didn't work this time.
I was saying that didn't seem very family friendly, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm glad they chose not to translate that one.
Snicks 2020.
Snicks 2020.
What?
Unfortunately, that's coming past. We're now in the year 2025.
Yeah.
Touch
has
back.
returned. Yeah. Let's go, and we're going live. And I agree with you. This first hit's gonna really tell the tale of where Abyssium is at in terms of a mental state. Jockey hopping around the bus, just serving as a distraction. Charger absolutely melted down. Jockey M2, look at this. The boom smoke still up. Smoke's looking for a spawn, rocketing in. Gonna grab one and no one there to cover Rose, so it's gonna be a tick. And obviously the one boom, so only 1%. It's a really good take. So I don't know. Maybe we're back.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, it was kind of a silly idea with the jockey just running around the billboard, but
yeah, I'm not sure what that was.
It did make it so that they got what they want for the underpass. They've got a Hunter jockey Charger spit here for this area. This is a good setup. See what Cigarettes After Sex can do. I don't think like baiting has particularly been Abyssium's strong suit, but they've usually done a pretty good job of minimizing SI damage. It's really fallen apart on the tanks, I gotta say.
My goodness, what a charge in Rochelle! Getting pounced to covers, that's gonna be big damage on the charge spit. Wow.
Yeah, they will definitely take that, and that just shows why it's important to set things up like that, especially when you've got a very weak first hit and very strong second hit like you do at the start of Dark Carney. It's just good practice. They are going to have the boom smoke, but that's actually, they're fine with that. Wow, the car alarm randomly gets triggered, double boom. No, just going to be a single. Smoke pull not quite able to pull down. I'm going to try to find Ellis, and we indeed will find him. Jockey gets M2'd during that time, randomly and the Hunter with a separation with the car alarm, all the comments. And I gotta say, Ganoodle, it feels like it is falling apart just a bit for Abyssium.
I mean, I agree. I'm sure it was difficult for them. They probably didn't come in with the best mental. I mean, we talked about it. Like you said, one of them even said GG. But, you know,
Yeah.
props to them for playing the game. You know, I mean, I probably would have done the same. You know, it's tough to continue, but, you know, it's a grand final. Play both games. Try your best. Smoke pull in the back onto Miki. Boomer getting shut down. Very nice. Charge spit still up top. I wonder if we're going to wait and see a hill attack possibly. The smoker did save, so I think that's what we're going to see. The go-go spams are out, and we'll see the charger miss, so they're going to be able to take this hill clean. And honestly, no, they have 680 bonus, so they're not in bad shape as long as they can take this tank clean. They're really not, but a smoke pull insta-cleared by the only Kurt Cobain. And now the tank up. It's going to be Sunsets immediately making his way up to grab his cars. Yeah, I mean, if they can take this well, they're not in a bad spot. I mean, it's such a big deficit. It's honestly, it feels like it's almost always going to be not enough. But they could, you know, make the score look closer.
The only unfortunate part is I've said that about 3 or 4 times. Like, oh, their bonus is great. It's a late tank. If they can just survive. They're not able to. Also, while we do have the tank hitting in the cars, I had a discussion earlier whether it was Mickey or Mikey, and you actually went with Miki, which I actually think is probably the right pronunciation. I thought it was cool how we actually came up with 3 pronunciations for his 4-letter name. But I like the Miki. I like that.
It's just what I always hear when I see a name like that. I don't know. I think we should just start asking teams for their pronunciations.
To give their pronunciation chart.
That's the only way. And hitting in both these cars, oh my goodness. I saw the unfortunate car that Abyssium took on Chapter 1 of Dead Before Dawn, looking to not repeat that, sending in that tank. Punches him all the way to the top of the hill. That's going to be a charge landing on Miki and a pounce in the back. Tank covering. There's still no clears. That's a rock going down onto Nicholas. And there you go. See ya. That's going to be a cabin. Look at this. I think that's going to be the end of Abyssium here. Still haven't cracked 2K. It's all up to Kurt, and that tank's not going to catch him.
Okay,
still
Kurt.
1,000 HP. Kurt's popping off here. Will this rock land?
Oh.
It will. One more punch to seal the deal, and it does. Abyssium gets wiped again. And, well, I mean, I wasn't happy about the GGs from earlier from whoever else was spectating, but I think it might be safe to say that now. But Abyssium, probably just going to keep going, having fun. You know how it goes. What is that?
Actually, they said it's very good. We can come back, friends. That's actually what,
all right.
That's
I
what
love
Pogue
that
said.
mental.
So,
hey, I love that
like
mental.
that.
I'd love for them to make me eat my words, if I'm being honest.
Me too.
Let's get like 3 20%ers and just wipe with them, and then make with like major bonus, and they could win.
I mean,
I want to see it.
Disengage from Sunset. Look at how aggressive Abyssium is, like, pressing this issue. I don't know. I mean, I guess it could be good, but the SIs just catch them. They get so separated. And with the charger landing, oh my god, we actually just sent it. Which makes sense. Teams are ready to just go at this point. But yeah, you see pretty much no damage being taken from CES. And it's almost like you didn't even miss anything, even though you did miss the first hit.
What was that chat in the game chat earlier? It said like magic.net. And it was
messaging from Discord. I don't know what that's about.
What was that? I don't know.
I need to get on their Discord. I can terrorize players while they're in their matches with messages via Discord.
Makes sense. Touch has the golden crowbar. We'll see if that helps him here. Rochelle majorly separated. The smoke not grabbing her though. And there's the jock grabbing. That's going to be decent damage. Hunter on the cover, but a beautiful skeet by Touch. That's going to be decent damage on the stop. Waiting. We'll see just how much, though. Can the jockey make it into the room? Oh, just barely missing. But look at this. Touch snazzing it up a little bit. Having that golden crowbar.
The golden? Wow.
That's cool.
How much did he pay to Heizamod to get the golden crowbar?
I don't know, but I wonder if he's got the achievement for the golden crowbars yet.
Oh.
Smoke on the run back there. Not quite. We got the tank up. Who's that? Poge?
It's Poge in the house.
Poge in the house.
Poge is in the house. Oh.
Nice boom.
Yeah. We've also got the animated hunter spray, which I don't believe is typically legal in tournament formats. I think that's usually a point deduction. I do wonder if that will be caught.
I agree. I'm pretty sure that's not unless it was the SI. That would be kind of funny. But yeah, I mean that's you're not supposed to have anything misleading.
All right, we'll do some investigation after the game. I'll bring it up.
All right.
In the meantime, we've got Poge with the dumpster, with the forklift. I've already casted, you know, eight tanks. So if you go ahead and take this one away, honestly.
I mean, all right. If you're not feeling a ninth, forklift going in. That was actually a decent hit off the tent there. It looked stuck. Another rock going in. I'm not sure why he's doing that. He's losing a lot of HP for that. And another one. Yeah, I just don't think Poach is trying anymore. He's just throwing in rocks that aren't even anywhere close. He's got a dumpster forklift combination, throwing in another rock just for good measure, just even work this time. Actually, it almost did.
Yeah.
Let's see, he's got a hunter charger jockey for support. Jockey landing inside, another rock going in. He still has yet to land a rock here, ladies and gentlemen. Finally finds a punch, and now he's dead. So, I don't know. He found a punch and then died because he threw 6 rocks that didn't come anywhere close.
I hate to say this. I do apologize to Poge if this was not the case, but I felt like he was doing like an AI tank impersonation.
That's what it honestly,
where
with
he
the
was
turnarounds
like,
and stuff, it looked like it too.
It was like the Turing test, but reverse. It was really interesting.
It's so true, though. You're right. I was thinking the same thing. I did genuinely look to see if he went AI at one point.
Well, he passed in my books. The reverse Turing test has been passed by him. We do have the quad sack as well, potentially here.
Hey, that'd be awesome. They're not killing the spitter, though. There's a smoke pool in the back, so no, spitter is actually going to stay alive because it wasn't close enough, and they decided not to kill it. But I don't know, like, with the what was it, 2 overhead rocks?
That was,
and then
was
the couple rocks close quarters. Yeah, I agree. Intense. It was a good impersonation.
So look
at this.
With the hunt?
The win is 1v1. No, what a skeet. And the jockey got cleared too. Good catch up by the back two there. Caught up before anything majorly bad happened. But, you know, Sunsets took care of it himself too, you know?
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, I mean, Opera House was insanely popping off when CES needed it the most in those early chapters. But now that the pressure's kind of been off, we've seen a lot of pop-offs from Sunsets here in this campaign, and also Touch has had some good moments. Charge, Smoke Bowl on the follow-up, self-clear, boom, manages to find him, and yeah, we'll have another hunt charge jockey spit setup. This time going to be at the merry-go-round, and I think CS could maybe just get through if I'm being real. Like, we got 7 seconds left on Misha.
I think so. Yeah. I wish I got paid by the XD, I gotta say.
That would be great. I would love.
And there's the charge. Look at this charge going in on Nick and a land. Smoke pull from the back, possibly. He gets him through the window. Hunter coming in. Managing to land, but everything just mopped up so quickly by CAS. Weren't they CS last time? Why did they change? Did they change your tag?
No, it's cigarettes after sex.
Yeah, I know, but why did I think they were CS
yeah, I don't know.
Game? What in the world?
Well,
it's that schizophrenia playing tricks on me.
Well, as we finish off the chapter, I gotta say, I would rather get paid in XDs. Wait, I messed up. You know, I can't even. And it was during a hit. We had the guys swimming in the spit like an actual good moment for Abyssium. I'm sitting here trying some kind of stand-up joke, and I do it in the wrong order.
Well, it wasn't.
Abomination all around.
If it makes you feel any better, that guy ran into the spit on purpose, so...
Okay. Alright, he did do it on purpose.
Yeah, he got out of it and then ran back into it.
Okay, alright. We can move on. We can move... Look at the... We got the... Hold on. We got the replay here. Poge with the rocks. The overhead rocks. The thing is, he was actually protected by the forklift, at least on the final one. But the other ones, he's just right out there in the open. Let's make sure we actually catch this first hit, though. This time from cigarettes after sex, but... And, hey, they'll get in, tail into the spit. I think it should still be good on Coach. And that's going to be... Oh, look! He's just running through it. Oh,
Who's
my goodness.
As Scooby-Doo?
As Scooby-Doo. As Scooby-Doo.
As Scooby-Doo. But yeah,
subbing in. And we actually have XD on the team as well.
Is that a sub, or are they changing their name? I don't even remember who was on before. We still got Miki. We still got Kurt Cobain. You know, the two OGs.
It's Misha.
Sending it in. What?
Misha is, I believe,
Misha, right.
Misha is XD, and Poge is Scooby-Doo, I do believe.
Scooby-Doo. Love it. And here comes the tank. It's going to be touched. Look at this Scooby-Doo pushing.
Yeah.
Gonna get caught all alone by the Hunter. This is turning into a clown show of a grand finals. And you know what? I'm here for it. It's goofy. It's fun. We got a team who knows it's over for them, and they're just here having a great time. At least I hope they are. I'm sure they're upset about the loss, but you know, as long as they can still have a good time. What a charger spawn, actually grabbing onto Nicholas. Gonna get cleared before anything major comes out, though. That was actually pretty cool. Good spawn.
Look at the aggression.
Nick's looking to eat. Yeah, I think he's looking to eat this hittable.
I'm surprised this isn't Kurt Cobain. Okay, anyways, the coach will get cornered. Damn, I went there. Hold on. He does get the down onto Miki. Dumpster, and then look at the smoke. And the dumpster hit her! Wow.
And the dumpster, oh my god, it's just up. Here's your Kurt Cobain, once again, all by himself.
Wow.
Fighting one-on-one with a Hunter.
Wow.
He's getting there. It's got to be close.
Wow, he got it!
He pulls out the pistol, and now he dodges the tank.
Oh!
And there's just a jockey at F2. Kurt Cobain going off right now. This is crazy.
Whoa!
I mean, this tank just bouncing around.
Damn! He's Kurt is dancing him. He's like, the tank is confused because of Kurt's movement. He's like, wait, where do I go? But all jokes aside, Touch is obviously going to finish it off here eventually. This is kind of a rude way to handle you. You know, it's one thing to have a bad attitude when you lose. It's another when you win. Let's have some class here, folks. Let's have some class here, folks.
But I think that, I don't know, I'll be surprised if Abyssium, I'll be surprised if Abyssium actually wants to continue this match. Especially it's just goofing off at this point. We got the forks in the chat.
Why does it translate yes to forks? I'm sorry, I gotta show this to chat. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. This translation technology is absolutely off the rails, unhinged.
Not even like a foreign word, and it's translating it. You have 10 minutes to move, or you'll be kicked for being AFK.
10 minutes!
My goodness.
He translates yes to... And Scooby-Doo says mucho bullying, which honestly I agree with. It's kind of fucked up. But hey, they gave him the chance. Okay, the GGs do come out.
GGs are out.
And they are going to be dipping out.
And that's going to be it. Nah. Your ByTournament champions. Cigarettes After Sex.
Cigarettes After Sex with names such as Opera House, Touch, Sunsets. There's also Sesame Syrup somewhere along the way. He wasn't in today's.
Sesame Syrup.
And we also, of course, had Team Captain Stop Waiting, a.k.a. Dark Maze. They've done it in incredible fashion, winning by, let's check. And, you know, can we even, I guess we'll count the last chapter as well. Winning by 3,500 points, over doubling that of Abyssium. And I gotta say, Abyssium didn't even look that bad. It was just the tanks. I mean, time and time again, their tank fights, it was like, what are we doing here? We're eating booms. We're getting isolated from the SIs. We're getting multi-capped by the SIs. There was no one clearing the SIs. And the positioning just led to separation. And honestly, that's what it really felt like to me. I mean, the Cigarettes After Sex roster, they did win here today, but they certainly did not look unflappable. It was just their tanks were on point, and Abyssium's could not match the heat. And that is the nature of the game. You know, like the tank is a massively impactful part of it, and you can do everything else right. And if you can't get the tank right, you're going to lose by a shit ton of points, as you saw here tonight.
Absolutely. That's just how the game goes sometimes. I mean, Abyssium shouldn't feel bad. I mean, yeah, it's a tough loss, but, you know, they made it here. I mean, that's more than every other team in the tournament can say.
Facts. Facts.
They should feel proud. I mean, second place is nothing to scoff at. And, you know, just scrim, practice, and come back next time. And tell you what, they have a chance to bring home gold. It's not over for them at all.
I would love to see more out of Abyssium. I've seen Miki PMA mode. I've seen him play on, I want to say, a couple different teams. So that's definitely not the first I've seen of him. Definitely looking forward to the future to see what he can bring. But yeah, I thought Abyssium was a really well put together team, all things considered. Just fell apart on the tanks. And, you know, this live stream is going to follow in similar fashion at this point. We've got nothing else to say. Other than, of course, huge shout out to XPyT, the creator of ByTournament and good friend of mine, also a caster in Spanish. For all you Spanish language viewers, you've got his Twitch his Twitch channel there listed next to his name under spectators on the left-hand side of the screen. So, Spanish viewers, go ahead and drop him a follow. I'll try to give a shout out if we know how to do that. Yeah, it looks like I can do that. All right, we'll give a little shout out. And many thanks for putting this tournament together. It's no easy feat to keep it going. He was always on the ball with updating the Discord on, you know, what the matches are happening this week and this and that. So salutes to XPyT, and of course as well. Thank you to I'm honestly I don't remember exactly which other co-casters we had along the way, but we definitely had Gunnoodle in the mix, so thank you very much for joining me, Gunnoodle. It made Dark Carnival very enjoyable to be able to cast alongside you, so thank you for hopping in when you could.
No problem, man. I'm always available whenever I can. It's super fun. I'm always going to love the casting aspect of it.
And of course, huge shout out to our viewers. We had a ton of viewers show up for this grand finale. It did seem like people kind of filtered out once it started going one way, but yeah, I mean, it would take way too long to count every individual chatter in here. So shout outs to y'all. We did have, of course, Arts in the house after a long time of not seeing him. Thank you so much for being in here, Art. Sorry it took me so long to give you a shout out, but much love to you. Woot Link as well. Panchito in the house. Shout out to you if you're still in here. Much love to you. And of course, Boomslang, Cabello. And of course, the usuals as well. It goes without saying, Juanito and Gamer Noob, Chicorizo, but especially Juanito and Gamer Noob, always up in this place. Much love to y'all. Special shout out to y'all for enjoying these casts so much. Thank y'all for being here. And it's been a pleasure. One tournament ends, another begins. We've got Zvanki Cup, which is still in its first round. Each round will be 2 weeks, and it's starting off with 7 rounds of Swiss. So we're looking at 14 weeks of Swiss alone, and then we've got the playoffs. So it's going to be many, many months of giving y'all Zvanki Cup, mostly on the weekends. You know, with it being split up into 2 weeks, there's usually going to be a week where there's not much action, then a week where there's a lot more action. So, you know, it is what it is. But, yeah, been talking for a long time, so I'm going to cut it off there. But much love to y'all, and we'll see you with the next cast, which is going to be here before you know it. After all, we're here at the weekend. So, much love to y'all, and we'll see you next time. Shout out to Datazunix as well, always up in this place. Meant to give you a special shout out as well. Much love to you, buddy. And we'll see you next time.
with us. If you are not